Hi everybody, welcome to my talk today, how to develop from a support worker to a nursing associate or registered nurse. The session's aimed at healthcare assistants, health and social care support workers, you might be called a nursing assistant or a clinical support worker, who is aspiring to become an assistant practitioner, a nursing associate or a registered nurse. The session's also for registered nurses or clinical educators, line managers, supporting people in these roles with their career development, and also newly registered nurses. It may help you to know and understand about these roles when you're delegating tasks across a team. It's really helpful when looking at the career from a support worker, career progression from a support worker to a registered nurse, aligned to example roles. So I have starting with healthcare, support worker, nursing assistants. This role would usually be linked to a band 2 on the agenda for change pay scale, and the academic courses aligned to this role would be care certificates. So some of you out there watching this might have a care certificate already. You might have done health and social care level 2, 3 or 4 courses, or an apprenticeship at level 2, 3 and 4. And when I talk about academic levels and credits, that links to qualification and credit frameworks. And in Scotland, the framework might be slightly different, numbered slightly different, but the level would be the same. Assistant practitioners would be assistant practitioner usually would be a band 4 on the agenda for change pay scale. And to become an assistant practitioner, you would do a level 5 foundation degree. The assistant practitioner is a role that's a bridge between the support care worker role and a healthcare professional role. It doesn't necessarily have to be nursing. We have nursing assistant practitioners, but it could be a physio assistant practitioner or an occupational therapy assistant practitioner, for example. But you will note that the role is not registered with our regulatory body, the Nursing and Midwifery Council. An assistant practitioner is always supervised by a registered professional, and the level 5 foundation degree in Scotland, this may be a level 8 qualification because the Scottish credit and qualification framework is numbered differently. The difference between an assistant practitioner and nursing associate, for a start, the nursing associate currently is only registered in England with the Nursing and Midwifery Council. So the big difference is assistant practitioners are not registered with the Nursing and Midwifery Council, whereas nursing associates are registered with the Nursing and Midwifery Council only in England. You'll note that the academic level is the same. There's a level 5 foundation degree to become a nursing associate, and you may top up later to become a registered nurse, and that takes 20 to 24 months on a top-up course. So although it's the same academic level, nursing associates are purely for a nursing career, whereas the assistant practitioner I mentioned could link to any healthcare professional career potentially. And also, nursing associates have procedural competences for administering medicine safely. So the course is different, and nursing associates are expected to administer medications when they register as nursing associates, whereas assistant practitioners do not do the medicines administration as part of their course. Nursing associates again are set at band 4 on the agenda for change when they're registered. The academic level of a registered nurse, you'll see, is different. It's a level 6. You do a bachelor's pre-registration degree in nursing, and some people even do the pre-registration degree at level 7 master's level if they've already got a degree. And of course, they're registered with the Nursing and Midwifery Council as a registered nurse. The difference between assistant practitioner, nursing associate and registered nurse is really important when you're looking into pursuing these roles to look on these key websites. So the Skills for Health website has core standards for assistant practitioners. And on there it talks about the level of knowledge and skills beyond that of a health and social care support worker. And the education and training of assistant practitioners is work-based and employer-led. So it's really important when you're applying for an apprenticeship, for example, to become an assistant practitioner, or you're self-funding your own course, that you investigate how the employer will lead that work, the training and development and education in that role. I went on the website this morning, and some of the role and example of the standards linked to assistant practitioners. You may plan straightforward tasks and work guided by structured operating procedures and protocols. An assistant practitioner may retrieve information and store documentation, contribute to care planning and review patient care reviews, communicate and complete records, prepare, monitor and manage the environment for clinical therapeutic activities. They might provide basic life support. So go and have a look on the website and you'll see a lot more standards linked to the role, but that's some key areas there for you. In relation to standards of proficiency for registered nursing associates and registered nurses, it's really important to look, if you're applying for either of those courses, to go and look at those standards of proficiency. And you'll note that nursing associates have 6 platforms linked to standards, whereas registered nurses have 7 platforms linked to different standards. Some key things that I picked out this morning: promoting health and preventing ill health linked to a nursing associate. They would monitor care, they contribute to integrated care, and they might do risk assessments, escalate concerns, and as I said, there's competencies linked to different tasks, linked to wound care, administering medications, for example. Whereas the registered nurse on the 7 platforms would lead and they'd manage the care. They would be supervising nursing associates and support workers, and they would lead, manage and coordinate the care together. So there's some key difference there linked to standards, but do go and look at yourself and drill down. And it's really helpful when you're going for interviews to understand the differences between a support worker, assistant practitioner, nursing associate and registered nurse. And if you're a newly registered nurse, it's really helpful to go and look at the different standards. And when you start in an area, to go and talk to assistant practitioners and registered nursing associates and ask them, what do you do? What are the competencies do you do? What tasks are you able to do so that it can aid your delegation when you're delegating in practice? So the summary of differences between roles really links to the academic level and the credits linked to the foundation degree or the level 6 degree. The standards of proficiency and the registration with Nursing and Midwifery Council or for example assistant practitioners are not linked with the NMC. And also the role that you aspire to links to a nursing band, and looking at agenda for change and the starting pay may be something that influences you on which course that you're going to apply for. When you're looking at nursing courses, you could be a healthcare assistant in adult nursing or mental health nursing, learning disability or children's nursing, but you can still apply. You'll have lots of transferable skills wherever you're working currently as a support worker. You can apply for a nursing associate or an assistant practitioner course in any of those fields because you've got transferable skills. You might want to stay within the field that you're currently working, or you might have an interest in another field. And it's really helpful to go and look at some websites, national nursing career websites, the nursing Royal College of Nursing websites to go and have a look at people that work in those fields, have video diaries, or they might have a day in the life of a mental health nurse, for example. And it's helpful for you to gain insight into other fields if you've only worked in one field. You've also got dual registered nursing degrees where you can incorporate mental health with adult nursing or adult nursing with learning disability. And again, that might be something to look for if you're doing a pre-registration level 6 degree. How long do the courses take? So a level 5 foundation degree to become an assistant practitioner is usually a 2-year apprenticeship. You may self-fund, but the majority of people applying would be looking to do an apprenticeship. A level 5 foundation degree nursing associate course, usually 2 years as an apprenticeship. Again, you potentially can self-fund. And there may be slight differences between the length of course, but this is it would roughly be a 2-year course. How long does the course take for a bachelor level 6 degree in nursing? It's usually 3 years full-time, and part-time would usually be 4 to 5 years. Dual registered nursing degree is usually 4 years full-time. Again, you can extend and do it part-time. You also have a level 6 registered nurse degree apprenticeship, which is usually 4 years. Again, it can be flexible, and these are very competitive, and usually you would only be offered a level 6 registered nurse degree apprenticeship if you've been working and committed to an area for a year or 2 or longer. There may be waiting lists with certain employers as well. With the traditional route, looking at qualifications to do a level 6 bachelor degree in any of those nursing fields, you would need A-levels, usually 2 to 3 A-levels or equivalent health and social care level 3 courses or level 4, level 5 courses. And you can apply through UCAS, and usually you self-fund. It's very rare for employers to second, but there are some that do, and different UK universities have different entry criteria. So some of the A-level grades they would be asking for would be higher in certain universities, and you'd need to look at the entry criteria on the university websites. Looking at an apprenticeship route, you have paid work while you complete your foundation degree. You apply for an apprenticeship through an employer, and you have paid study days and placement days. So an example, if you were going for a nursing associate apprenticeship, you might do 2 days as a level 3 health and social care support worker or nursing assistant. You would have 1 day in university, or might be on Zoom if we're virtual, but it'd be a study day allocated for university, and then 2 placement days, and all of that would be paid as a full-time post. The places may be competitive, and you need to ask the employer that you're applying to for more detail about the study days and placement days. So the qualifications for the apprenticeship route, you usually need a minimum GCSE Maths and English grade C or equivalent. So the equivalent would be Maths and English functional skills level 2 to apply for an apprenticeship to become a nursing associate. But always check the entry criteria as it might change. And some employers, for example, will offer you a nursing assistant role, and they will fund the Maths and English functional skills to enable you to get that level 2 qualification. And if you can't, then you could maybe go to college and you might have to pay for it yourself. But don't give up. If you have a resit on these exams, you can keep going, and once you have those functional skills, you can apply for your apprenticeship. Which nursing course might suit you? You really need to look at what qualifications you've got, and just look at my previous slides and see which role fits with your qualifications and whether you meet the entry criteria or not. Do you want to do the course part-time or full-time? What suits your work-life balance? And does the traditional level 6 pre-registration route to become a registered nurse suit you, or would you prefer an apprenticeship route where you're doing it on a more slower paced and you do the nursing associate route first and then you top up later? You also might need to think about what you can afford. Can you afford to self-fund doing a pre-registration degree or not? And these things will all help you make that decision on what course suits you. If you are applying for courses and you need support with your personal statements or preparing for interviews for nursing associate apprenticeships or pre-registration nursing degree courses, do subscribe to my free YouTube channel. I've got some more videos on there that hopefully will give you some helpful tips, and let me know how you get on with your applications in the comments. Good luck. If you do have any questions, do put them in the comments. You can contact me on my website or link to me on Twitter or Instagram. I'd love to know how you're getting on. And good luck with anything that you pursue in the future and with your career, if you go into nursing or if you choose to do anything else instead.